Hey, Perry Peacock here with Wilderness Innovation. Just showing you a little bit of some knot tying here that enables us to make a ridge line that is very, very, very tight, very taut. A lot of tension on this setup right here. So I want to show you how to do it. May not be exactly realistic how I've got it set up here, but I'm trying to set it up compact in a way where you can just kind of see what's going on. What I've done here is I have, if you watched the video from a couple years ago that we made on tying the trucker's knot, this is basically, that was using more or less the end of a rope when you're tying off a load on a truck that has some little hooks down on the bottom that the rope loops through and goes over and that sort of thing. This setup right here, you can put it anywhere in a rope at all. You don't have to have the end of the rope to do this. So it can be done that way. But what I've done here is I actually have used that trucker's knot to the extreme, that type of theory. That the theory of the trucker's knot is you're basically making a loop in the rope that you're pulling the other end of the rope through to create kind of a pulley type situation, where basically you're doubling, each time you use one of those, you're doubling your the amount of tension that you can put on the rope. So if you start out putting 20 pounds, if you go through a pulley, you could put like 40 pounds of tension. And I know this isn't totally correct because we're not literally using pulleys, so we do have friction. We've got a little friction around a tree or a post or something like that too. So, but roughly, regardless, you're still putting a great deal more tension on the rope than you could ever put any other way. And so, what I've done here is I actually have 3 pulleys that I'm using in this setup. And I've actually, this is my wilderness mattress here with the logs and the twigs and everything. And I've got my personal survival blanket or personal concealment blanket over the top as my bedding. And I've actually pitched this a little bit low just because it makes it easier for me to show you and everything here. So, you know, normally this would just go wherever you need it, whether it's a ridge line, whether you're tying off the end of if you have a post sticking up with another ridge line and you need to tension a post down this way into the ground, you can do that. You can put incredible amounts of tension on a rope with this kind of deal. So let me just show you a little bit of what we got going on here. So what I've basically done at the very end of the last pulley here, after I tension it up, is I basically tied a sheet bend, the slippery sheet bend kind of on the end here, which makes it easy for me to undo and to start unraveling this. So you see right here, this was the last pulley setup that I made right here. So I'll just undo that and we'll just kind of deconstruct the knot a little bit. And so you see here, what we have is a loop. So all I did was take a loop like this, and I twisted it once, twice, 3 times, and then you pull a loop of rope up through there, pull back on that, just kind of tension it. Now I have found you don't need a huge loop right here, but if it's too small, when you put the end of your rope through here, if it's too small, this rope will bind into here and you won't be able to pull it very tight. But you see, I can just tension way up on this thing just like crazy. Okay, so let me just back all the way back through it. And the reason that we use, now see, I could just go like this and make a loop, and we could go like that, but this will tighten, this like an overhand knot loop basically. That will tighten so tight it'll be very difficult to get that undone once you have applied a lot of pressure or tension to it. So if I go another time, then you see right here, you see that looks like a figure 8. So basically I got a figure 8 on a loop, which that's pretty good. Now if I do it, so I go once, twice, and 3 times, and then pull that through. Then what you see here is you have what looks like a taut line on this end here with a loop coming out of it. Now that type of deal there makes this even better. It's very, very easy to undo even after you have incredible amounts of tension on it. That will still come out of there pretty easily. Now you can see I did show you an example right here. I was going to show you this. See, I let this eye here be pretty small versus, you know, how big this one is. That eye right there is tight enough that, now watch, when I tension, look, I have slack in the rope. So what I would want to do basically is to come back through here and pull a little bit more, so whenever you make that eye, make it big enough to get the rope and a couple fingers through there, so that you don't wind up defeating the purpose of this thing. And you just look how much I mean, I can really, you can get to the point with this sort of setup you can actually break your rope. That'd be probably pretty hard for me to break this one, but you're putting incredible amounts of pressure, or tension, not pressure. So anyway, so there we have it. That's 3 pulleys basically on a rope, and you see how easy that just all comes undone. Now what I've done here, this is 2 ropes joined together, and that's just a simple sheet bend. It's not even the you can make an additional loop here, and you can make that sheet bend even a little bit stronger, but I can put incredible amounts of tension on here just as is. And see, there's just one pulley on there, and I can really tighten it up. And so anyway, so there's how you can put several pulleys, or 1 or 2 pulleys, using basically rope pulleys, into a ridgeline to make your setup extremely strong and tension a rope to incredible tensions. You can get a ridgeline so tight that you can pluck it. I don't have enough distance here when I run 3 pulleys to be able to do that, but the tension on the rope is such that you can hardly even flex it at all. So anyway, so this is Perry Peacock Wilderness Innovation, just showing you a handy way to tension ropes when you really need to get down on it and pull them a lot stronger than a lot more tension than you normally would. This is a very handy way that can be done. It can be done right in the middle of a rope even. So anywhere that you need to do it, you can do this. So while you're out the outdoors, take advantage of your ropes and cords and all that sort of thing, and make yourself even more comfortable, cozy, and safe. Enjoy your time in the outdoors.